Hey dolls, it's me, Sophia. So excuse the hair because I've not done it today. I wanted to make a video about my hair, so I thought I won't bother to do it because it's pointless me doing my hair up and then talking about it, and you can't see how long it is and the kind of texture it is and all that good stuff. So today's video is going to be about my hair and the things that I do to help it to grow and to retain the growth, the products that I use and things like that. So my hair is natural, as in it's not got any chemicals in it or anything like that, and really it's just started to grow. If you look back through to some of my other videos, you'll see I've had a long weave, and then after having a long weave I had like a short curly afro, and that is because about 2 years ago I had just an ordinary bob haircut, like a short bob haircut, and I rocked that for quite a while, and then I got bored of it and I shaved. Well, not shaved, but I had one side cut really short. So I'll put some pictures in so that you can see what I'm talking about. So basically I had one side cut really short, and it went all the way around short until it met, until it reached into like a bob on one side. And I rocked that for a little while, and then I got bored of it, and I thought, like, what am I going to do now? Like, I've got this one short side and this one side that's like a bob. How am I going to grow this out? And as you can see, I did grow it out. We're even, we're level now. But at the time, I felt like I had no other choice but to get a weave. So that's what I did, and I had a weave for quite a while. I was just trying to grow this side out, and then once it had kind of grown out a bit, I felt like I just didn't want to rock a weave anymore. Where I live, kind of every girl that has Afro-Caribbean hair rocks a weave. And I just felt like I wasn't being true to myself. I hated always having people ask me, is that your real hair, or how long is your real hair, and things like that. So, and also I noticed that the weave wasn't really doing my natural hair any good, to be honest. So I started to rock my natural hair. As you will see in some of my early videos, I had like a short curly afro. And when I started to have my natural hair, I started to do research into how I can get my hair to be in the best health that it can possibly be in. I started doing it, and I've started to do it, and I've started to see, my hair is growing. Obviously my hair's not majorly long, but it's growing, and it's in good condition. So, like, this is how long my hair is, if you can see that. So, yeah, it's quite, it's quite long, and it's healthy. And so I just thought I would share with you what I do. I know a lot of girls will not want to go to the hairdressers and have their hair trimmed. Like, I understand, I get it, I feel the same way, because when you get into that hairdressers, you tell them that you want to trim, and they end up cutting off so much of your hair, and you're like, whoa, like, that is a haircut, that is not a trim. And I understand, I'm just the same. I do not go to the hairdressers to have a trim. I don't. I just won't. I refuse to. But the only way to get rid of split ends is to cut them off. There's a lot of conditioners and a lot of products that talk about repairing split ends, and they can't repair split ends. There's no way of repairing split ends. What they will do is they will coat the hair so it looks like the split end is gone, but it's not. It's still there, and the product itself, which is used to coat the hair, usually will have silicone in it, which will even dry your hair out even more and cause more damage. So anyway, split ends, you need to trim them off. You can do it yourself, like just get some sharp scissors, and make sure the scissors that you use to cut your hair, you're only going to use to cut your hair, because you don't want to blunt the blade on anything else, because if you cut your hair with a blunt blade, you're likely to cause more damage. So some scissors. Now these are the scissors that I use. Just little scissors, and these are actually like embroidery scissors, but they're really sharp. And all I do is section my hair into like 4 sections or little sections, and while I'm chilling, have nothing to do, I just go through my hair. I look at the ends, and when I find a split end like this one, I grab my scissors, I go below the split end, and I just cut it off. And it is really that simple. And you keep doing that, and you'll notice that you have a lot less split ends, and you'll start to see growth. A lot of people say, well, your hair grows from the root, so why do I need to cut off my split ends? And yes, that is true, your hair does grow from the root, but when you have split ends, the split will literally go up the entire shaft of the hair and then eventually break off. And you'll be left with a thin, brittle strand of hair, which will break off. So although your hair grows from the roots, you won't see any growth because, you know, coming from the ends of your hair, it's just breaking off basically. So that's why you need to get rid of your split end. You need to moisturise your hair. Remember I said your hair gets dry, your hair is prone to being dry. If you have Afro-Caribbean hair, your hair is prone to being dry. So what you need to do is you need to moisturise your hair regularly, and you need to moisturise your ends. Now I moisturise my ends every single night without fail. I will moisturise my ends, and the products that I will use is either extra virgin olive oil. Okay, this is just normal olive oil that you would use in your kitchen. I squirt some of that in my hands and I just take it through my ends before bed. Or I'll use my almond oil, or I'll use my organic root stimulator, and this is the olive oil, incredibly rich moisturising hair lotion, and this is really good. And sometimes I'll put this through my hair, through my ends, and then I'll plait my hair, and then on each plait I will put in some like olive oil or almond oil just to seal in that moisture. And once you start doing that, you'll notice that your hair doesn't break so much because it's moisturised, it's not dry, it's not brittle, so it won't break so much. Another thing that I do to try and restore moisture into my hair is I will deep condition it, and I use the olive oil replenishing conditioner, and I'll do that like once every 2 weeks, and that will just, you know, re-moisturise my hair, restore some moisture my hair, especially after you've washed it, because when you wash your hair, the shampoos that you use will tend to strip the hair of all its natural oils, and then you need to restore those oils. So I will use this, and you can also buy this in like a little small sample size packet. So if you're not sure whether this is, you know, going to work for you, you don't have to go ahead and buy a big one. You can buy a small one just to try it out. Another thing is I do not wash my hair too often. I will wash my hair once every 2 weeks, and that is because your hair creates natural oils, and these natural oils will help to keep your hair healthy, will help to keep your hair obviously moisturised, and washing your hair strips it of all its natural oils. Now your hair is protein, it's dead protein, so sometimes you need to, you know, put back some protein into your hair. I tried these products here, which is the ApHogee shampoo for damaged hair. I also got this, which is also by ApHogee, and it's the Keratin and green tea reconditioning spray. Now these two products have protein in them, and they say that they're for, you know, really damaged. I found that these products actually did more damage to my hair than good. They made them dry, they made my hair brittle, and just generally dull. And I've since found out that that's because you know, these were too harsh for my hair. My hair's not all that damaged, so it didn't really need such strong protein. I had enough protein in this, my replenishing pack, but some of you may find that this is not enough protein, especially if your hair is like relaxed or colourful, dry, it's brittle, it lacks elasticity, and you're finding that it's breaking off easily, then your hair probably needs some protein. And like I said, these ApHogee products are quite good. You can do your research. I will put some links in the down bar. Another thing that's really important, I think, in looking after your hair and retaining the growth is the tools that you use in your hair. Now, by tools I mean like combs and things like that. I never comb my hair with an ordinary comb. I always use like a big toothed comb, a wide tooth comb like this one. And when I comb my hair, I always start at the bottom and work my way up, and that will just reduce any breakage. Another thing that I do is I tie my hair up quite a lot during the winter. It isn't that good for your hair because you'll notice that your hair will start to like break where it's being pulled on or where the hairband is. So anything that you can do to reduce that is a good thing. And to reduce that, I use hairbands like this, and these are just anti-breakage hairbands, as opposed to these sort of hairbands which have this metal part to keep it together, and these break into your hair. Another thing that I call it a tool, but you can call it whatever, is one of these. This is just a satin scarf which I bought from the Afro Cosmetics hair store, and I use that to wrap my hair at night. I put it on my head at night, and that's what I sleep in, because your pillows can cause a lot of breakage because the cotton sort of draws all the moisture out of your hair, and you know, when you're moving around in your sleep, that can cause your hair to break. And I also plait my hair at night as well, which is why my hair is curly now. Other tools that I try to avoid using are heat tools. So like my hair straighteners and my blow dryer. I try to avoid heat as much as I can, because obviously the heat, you know, it's not rocket science. The heat isn't good for your hair, it's too harsh. I will blow dry my hair like once every 2 weeks and straighten it with the hair straighteners once every 2 weeks after I've washed my hair. And I'll let my hair match when you'll have to use heat. Like if you want to achieve a certain style, you'll have to use heat. That's okay as long as you use a heat defense spray. And I use this one by Dove, and it's just a heat defense therapy, but any heat defense spray will do. Just like little bits of advice that I would give is just to be as gentle as you can with your hair, you know. It is delicate. Another thing is weaves. I know, like I told you, I used to rock a weave. I know a lot of people think that weave helps your hair to grow, and I don't know, in a way it does kind of help your hair to grow, but it's not going to grow healthy. Because when you have a weave, your real hair is cane road back, or corn road, whatever you call it, back, and that they do it so tight, and you'll notice with some girls that they start to lose their hair around their nape because it is being pulled so tight for these plaits that, you know, that the pressure on the follicle makes the hair fall out. Also, you'll notice you'll have some patches in your hair because the plaits are so tight, and on top of the plaits being tight, you'll have like a heavy weft of hair being sewn into the plait and hanging on the plait, and it's going to be hanging there for weeks and weeks and weeks. So it's like, if that's your hair, you've got this weave just hanging on the hair, you know. So that constant pressure on your natural hair is no good. Also, your hair's just dirty under there, and if you sweat, you can't really wash it out, and that's going to make your hair more dry because of the salts in your sweat. You can't moisturise your hair when it's like that, so it's going to be even more dry. So I just think weaves are just like, they're not really good for your hair, in my opinion. So that is it really. Just remember that your hair can grow. You know, I'm sick of hearing girls say, oh, you know, my hair won't grow, my hair can't grow. And it's always girls that have Afro-Caribbean hair. And your hair can grow. You just need to understand that your hair is prone to being dry. So you need to constantly be remoisturising your hair and taking care of your hair, because we are really harsh with our hair, trying to get it straight, trying to manipulate our natural curl. We're harsh with it. There's no two ways about it. We are harsh with our hair, and you need to start babying it to see some growth, and you will see a growth and just a general better condition in your hair. So that is it really. I hope this has helped somewhat. If you have any more questions or anything, then just let me know. I will leave all the products that I've shown today down there in the sidebar. And yeah, thank you for watching guys, and I'll see you soon.